Hi, this is Adam from walkjogrun.net again. Last time I showed you how to find a route in your neighborhood, or first of all how to find your neighborhood, then how to find a route. So this next section is if you wanted to map out your own running route to discover how far you've gone and how fast you went. So to get started, we're going to cover how to start a route, how to add points to the route, how to drag the map around to navigate the map, how to move points around that you've already put down on the map, how to remove points, and then ultimately how to save the route. So here we are on the site again. So we're looking at the same neighborhood where we left off last time. And I've seen a lot of these routes and I've decided that I don't want to use any of these, so I click create a route and the alert will pop up and say that you can click anywhere on the map to begin drawing your route. So once we're here, we can see that we're looking at the area. We can still left click and drag the map around. We can also use the zoom controls, but if we were to double click on the map right now, which does let you zoom in, that would actually create a point on the map, so we don't want to do the double click anymore to use that as a zoom in. We can still use the scroll wheel on the mouse to zoom in to get a good view of Wrigley Field, for instance, if that was going to be your starting point. So let's do that. I'm going to click right here at the junction of Addison and Clark, and you'll see that the first click that I make, an S appears, a green S, that represents the start of the route. So we're going to run along Addison, and so I click again to a single left click will make the next click for me, and you'll see that it's put a point down. One thing to notice is that the route isn't very straight. The blue line represents the route you're going to take, and I didn't actually click. It looks like it's going diagonally. So what I can do is I can I left click and hold and drag this point down so it's closer to the corner of Addison and Sheffield. And then I can move the map again, so a left click and drag lets me move the map around. And then I can add another point. So every time I click the mouse, it'll create a new point. A single left click will create a new point for me. So I can start to map out my route. I can drag the map around and click. If we were mapping this out and we realized that we didn't actually want to make a turn, so let's say I decided that I was going to go up Kenmore, and then realized that that wasn't the right place that I wanted to go, I can click the undo last point, and that'll remove the very last point that I put in there. So that was undoing points. The other thing you might want to do is to correct a point that you've already got. So you'll notice as you hover over the blue line, there's a couple of dots that appear. There's a white one that represents a pin that I've made, and then there's a ghost pin that appears, which is in between the 2 points that I've made. All of these are just like Google Maps. You can edit them. So if I decided that instead of running straight down Sheffield, I wanted to take a diversion along Clark, I hover over here, left click on the ghost pin and drag it out to the corner, and now I've extended my route in a different direction. Notice that as I'm clicking around on the map, that the status bar is going to update with the number of calories I'm burning, the time that's based on the weight, which you can change with the little pencil icon, the time that it's going to take me, which you can change if you know that you've actually finished a route and you know how long it took you, you can enter that there. Or if you know your pace, you can set that, or your speed, or you can toggle between miles and kilometers. So if you just watch the bottom while I finish out the route, I'm going to zoom out, and then I'm going to keep clicking. So you'll see that the numbers are updating. And that's it. I'm going to finish out my route over here. A little off, so I can drag that pin back up, and there we go. We've got back at the start again. So we've got a 1.38 mile route. I'm going to hit save now. So you'll notice that it says that we're going to save this route as a guest. This means that it's not saved under your account, so you'll have to search for your route in the future. If you want to make it easy to find it again, you can create a free account, or if you already have one, you can log in at this point. So to make it easier, so then you create a name for your route. You also can save routes as private if you create an account as well, which means you're the only person who'll be able to see them and they won't be public on the site if you have privacy concerns. So I'm going to enter a name for the route. So this is our 1.38 mile Wrigley Loop. And then it's run around Wrigleyville, Chicago, starting at the home of the Cubs. And I can just hit Save New Route. It'll hit the server, it sends it up, and then you'll see that it saves the route, and it pulls in the location, and you'll see the elevation graph has appeared now. So we don't have a lot of hills in Chicago, but had we any hills, rest assured that you'd see a pleasant profile here instead of something that looks a little bit more straight line. So for mapping your own route, we've talked about starting a route, adding points to the route, dragging the map, and moving the points around, both the start and the middle and the ghost points, how to remove points, and also how to save the route. If you need more help creating routes, you can visit the Connect section on our website at walkjoggrun.net/connect. That is also linked at the top of the page, and also has the Contact Us form if you want to submit a bug or a problem, or if you just need help. Another good place to look are on our social networking sites. So we've got facebook.com/walkjoggerun, where we have an active community of people who ask questions. And also on twitter.com/walkjoggerun, you can use @walkjoggerun to send us a message to let us know that you're looking for some help.